We'll start with some good news, and there's been a bit of it this week. Firstly, your reaction to potentially having some fans in the ground for the final home game of the season.
Fantastic. We wished as soon as possible to have fans back in the stadiums. That's the joy of football. So pleased with the news and wishing that is as fast as possible.
You've obviously had some wonderful days as Wolves manager. Do you think that the moment you'll be able to see a good chunk of the ground full will be up there with one of your highlights?
For sure. We are so desperate to have fans back to the stadium, so it will be a joy for everybody, for sure.
One of the other things, or one of the conversations that sort of come on from earlier in the week when the announcement was made that fans might be back for the final ground, was about a question of integrity. Do you see it as a potential disadvantage for the 10 away teams on that final day of the season?
No, just the fact that having fans and just thinking about that football can be again played in front of fans is an advantage for everybody, because all the footballers is there, all the players just want to play in full stadiums with the proper atmosphere. So I see only advantages on that.
Has it become increasingly difficult, do you think, as time has gone on? The more that they've been away, the more it's been difficult for players to find motivation and to get through the matches?
It's been difficult for everybody. It's a difficult moment for society. I think everybody's that is involved in football is making a big effort, and we are privileged to play and giving football to the people at home. It's an honor.
Talking of society and how difficult it's been about a month since the Feed Our Pack project was launched by Wolves, and I know you obviously made a significant donation, so perhaps you could sort of give us an indication of how that's going.
It's going because it's needed. It's still a big need, and it's going well. During the February half term, the project have provided more than 1,500 meals. For the Eastern half term, it's going to be 3,000, because that's the big need that the people and the help that the people need during the half terms. That's in many initiatives, virtual tickets for the game of Liverpool. Just try to help, and at the same time, the donations by our fans have been fantastic, more than £40,000, and we're still on the way and helping people. This is what's all about.
On to the second chunk of good news, I guess, this week is seeing Raul Jimenez doing some work with a ball this week. How's that gone? And is the speed of his recovery surprising you, and how well he's doing?
The speed is the speed that we need to follow. Yeah, we have to be very, very aware of the circumstances, not avoid any kind of contact. He's been able to participate in the initial part of the training sessions. Just being with the team, his teammates, is a big help for him and for us. So we are following the right protocols with no rush, but delighted that Raul is getting better and better day by day. So it's fantastic for us.
You said there is no rush, but how confident are you that you will see him again this season?
Totally confident.
Totally confident. He will play again this season.
For sure.
Good stuff. We spoke to Steve Bruce about him this morning, and he said that you being without Raul is like Liverpool losing Virgil van Dijk or Tottenham losing Harry Kane. Do you think it took you a long time to work out a system without him?
All the teams that have lost important players have problems, but it's up to us to find solutions. Some of them, like you mentioned, take some time because all the routines of the team, the special player like Israel. But I think we've been able to find the right way to improve our players. So the absence of Raul is not so important, and the squad has reacted well, and we are playing good. We are trying to improve our game. This is what it's all about.
Do you think that's been a factor then recently? You're on a really good run of form at the moment, that it does take time, but the plans that you've been trying to put in place without him are a little bit more natural to the players now?
Sorry, the plans that you...
So playing without Raul, obviously it was difficult initially when he got injured, but in the last 4 games, those plans of learning to be a team without Raul in it are maybe getting a little bit easier for the players.
No, since the moment that Raul was no longer with us, we have tried to find solutions, and the players have been giving everything. Not only in the previous 4 games, every season. It's a special season this year that requires big challenge from us. But we are pleased with the answers of the player, realizing that we still have to improve details in our game. And but there's no plan. You don't plan for things to happen. You try to prepare yourself for the competition and deal with the circumstances as the competition goes by.
And when it comes to this weekend and Newcastle, do you see any similarities between Adama Traore and Alain Saint-Maximin as players?
I think they are both very good players of football.
Can it help you plan to combat someone like Alain Saint-Maximin, given that there may be some similarities in the way he and Adama play?
They are both, but they are different. And every player has their own characteristics. And Newcastle has a very good squad. And you can see now that even in the previous game, that the result was not the best, but the performance of the team of Newcastle was compact with high intensity. And this is what we are preparing for tomorrow. A very tough game for us.
Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you.
Anne-Marie?
Hi, Nuno. 2 wins on the bounce now. What's the mood been like in the dressing room, around the team, around the squad?
Like always, preparing ourselves to play, preparing ourselves to compete, realizing that tomorrow is a tough game.
Speaking that tomorrow will be a tough game, Newcastle, a team that like to lump the ball in the box. We saw that was quite evident when they played Manchester United. How do you think your team will be able to counter that?
Being compact, dealing with the situations, pressing and avoiding the good decisions of the Newcastle players. So a game of football, sometimes you are aware of what's going to happen, but anything can happen. So we have to prepare for everything.
That's very true. Traore, after the Leeds win, he talked about on the club website that the team had rediscovered their pack mentality. How important is it that they're going to need to maintain that against a very defensive Newcastle side tomorrow?
All the games, not only the games, the mentality of Adama mentions is, I understand, is the realization that every day is important, that you work as a team, you work as a unit, and this is what the boys are doing, putting the right mentality on the training sessions, so we are able to compete well in the games.
If Wolves win tomorrow, it will mean there will be 4 points against Liverpool, and of course Liverpool play on Sunday. How crucial are these 3 points, knowing you've got games against Villa, City and Liverpool coming up?
I'm sorry, Anne, you just mentioned the if, and we are there. We are there. Now we have to play tomorrow, then we think about all the rest.
Fair enough, fair enough. Final one from me. Johnny, he played 60 minutes, I think, against Leeds. He played around about 69, 70 minutes against Southampton. How close is he to get the full 90?
It's all about his answers to the game situation. We have to. The plan is clearly when he's and you don't know the minutes that can happen. The risk of Johnny in this moment is enter a stage of competitive fatigue that can unbalance him in his actions, and we have to be very, very cautious and very aware. So the plan of Johnny is about him dealing with the competition, dealing with the recovering of the games, and then we'll decide for the best.
Best of luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Steve and then Jim, please.
Hi, Nuno. Good to see you. Not much really for me. A lot of it's been covered. I just wondered that your form is really good at the moment. Can you pinpoint why you think it's picked back up again? Is there something that's changed? Do you feel there's a way your playing has adapted slightly, or do you think it was just a little bit of luck of the green? Because actually some of the defeats you played pretty well in as well.
I don't see a specific reason. What I see that we still have to improve. We've been able to compete better game by game. This is our aim. So you cannot point a specific reason. I think we've been able to avoid some of the mistakes that we've been doing. We've been able to be more compact in defense, and we have talented players that can create problems. So the dynamic of the team is improving on that aspect. Being compact in defense, allowing our offensive players to do their actions more often, produce more finishing situations. So we are on the way, and tomorrow is a new one.
Thanks, Nuno. Good luck at Newcastle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Nuno. I just want to ask you about two players at different stages of their careers in your squad. Firstly, if there was a team of the season picked right now, I presume Pedro Neto would be on that team, given his fantastic performances. And just in relation to Pedro, such a young player, he's having a really breakout season. And then my second player then would be Jan Matinho, such a world-class player throughout his career, coming to the veteran stages of his career now. How hard is it to manage Jan's schedule, given the run of games? You have to really nurse him through the games in terms of to get the best out of Jan.
Our approach is about all the players. You know, I honestly think that individualities, performances are based on the momentum of the team. When the team is playing better, playing good, more organized, more compact, all the individual situations you can judge them better if you wish, but no special concerns on the ages of the players. You don't go by that. João is a top professional. He's been proven along not only this season that he's been able to compete every day in a high level. I think it's too soon to choose teams of the season. That is a distraction. I will never do it. What I want is all our players to perform good, because if they do so, the team will play good.
Cheers, Nuno.
Thank you.
Richard, do you want to finish off broadcast?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Pedro Neto as well, because after the Southampton game, Ruben Neves said that Pedro could go on to be a very, very special footballer. How do you view his potential from what you've seen so far?
He has a lot of things to improve.
What are the things you'd like to see him improve?
So many of them. He's so young. He has talent, but he has many details in his game that he can do better. He knows. And he's having a chance that is very important in the growing process of the players. Playing every game, being able to compete is when we really grow as a player. So Pedro is having this chance now, and he's taking good advantage of it because he's progressing. But don't aim too far. Just go step by step.
Another player I wanted to ask about, for his level of consistency really in a number of positions, is Leander Dendoncker. How important is a player like him who's so versatile to the way you've played this season?
It's very important, the way in our philosophy to have versatile players, not only Leander, Saiz. Many players can make different. Adama, Pedro, I can mention over and over again. With our philosophy, with our idea of having a small squad, having versatile players that can cover different positions in the pitch is basic. Leander is one of them, and he's doing a fantastic work.
Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you.